Our planet, about 197 million square miles. But only one of those squares is known as the square mile. The City of London is the heartbeat of our capital city, with its blend of community, culture and commerce. As the UK hub for the world's financial and professional services sector, this is a square mile uniquely connected to the rest of the world. When it comes to climate change, we have a responsibility far beyond our physical borders. Financial institutions that work alongside us will need to adapt rapidly to the changing landscape. And we need to encourage and support sustainable SMEs that underpin our working environment. We're proud to protect and conserve 11,000 acres of green space, with over 150 green spaces in the city itself. In October 2020, we unveiled our new Climate Action Strategy to guide our transition to a low-carbon economy and a thriving environment for the square mile and beyond. It's a promise to reduce our own operational emissions to net zero by 2027, to reduce emissions from our value chain and those in the square mile to net zero by 2040, and to ramp up our resilience to the impacts of climate change. And the work has already begun to enhance our public green spaces with more resilient planting and shaded zones, work to trial new heat-resistant materials on our streets, and to manage rainwater with sustainable drainage systems. Along the river, we must plan for sea level rises. We urge city businesses and other centres of commerce across the UK and globally to join us and report publicly on robust and meaningful plans for climate action to tackle emissions throughout supply chains and investments.
Financial services are exerting influence through massive leverage through the lending and investing portfolios that they own. And they have that responsibility to make sure that finances are going to sustainable activity. So here at Nomura, we recognise the importance and contribution we can provide to the scale and speed of focus on environmental and social factors in supporting the City of London's climate action strategy. We have this wonderful green roof with its own ecosystem. We have 17 different species of bees, we have 159 different species of plants, all nestled amongst the solar panels. And for us, it's very symbolic of the work that we're doing.
Searcys, we've been in the City of London for over 170 years. Our heritage is here. We work at some of the most iconic venues within the city. And being aligned with the City of London and the London climate strategy is about using suppliers that also follow our instincts and also believe in what we're going for, of trying to be carbon neutral, lower our food miles, but also being able to reduce our element of wastage. I think, the square mile of what London is, we all need to come together, and we can and will make a difference, but only together as a unit.
So collaboration and partnership is absolutely of the essence here. Partly with the City of London Corporation itself, so that we share aims and objectives and we benefit from the thinking that has gone into their really ambitious climate action strategy, but also beyond the walls of the city, beyond the square mile itself, to link in with our local communities, to show best practice in terms of the way that cultural activities can sustain themselves, so that the Barbican becomes a place which is open, welcoming to the world, draws people in, and yet does that in a sustainable way.
Our square mile must take a leading role, but we can't solve this alone. We must work together with our global partners and local communities, continuing to learn from the science and the experiences of other cities. As all eyes turn towards COP26 later this year, This is a collective opportunity to reinforce our position as a global leader in sustainability and green finance.